Hello and welcome to Live with Rex, episode 123. So, we're free. Tonight we're going to be tackling more than one thing. The Revenge of the Sith shelf only really requires one set to be put back together, so that's by itself isn't much of a stream. But we're also going to be doing some stuff to my gaming setup, so got a few things we're going to have going tonight. So I've kind of figured I want this a different way, but we'll be saving the Revenge of the Sith shelf to be the last thing that we do. Gonna start by packing up my chair there, but yeah, so that's kind of what I've got planned for this evening. Nothing too crazy. It's it's not like last night where we had 3 main sets to fix. Granted, one of the things on there still does need fixed. Revenge of the Sith, the only set that's broken on that shelf is the 2012 Palpatine's Arrest. That's not, I wouldn't just do a small stream either, just doing that. I'd want to do something more than that. We're live a bit earlier than we have been the last couple nights. That's so I don't end this at a stupid late time. Plus, I want to do some gaming later anyway, so there's that. I do need to throw a couple things out and stuff, but I'll come read your comment and then we're going to get started. That I do want to see. If you've not thrown it in the community, I'll have a look later, see if it's there or not. We'll sort some things out. Like, for instance, I've got one of my investment sets. That neat. I've had that sitting around for like 2 years. I wonder if that is worth any money. But yeah, a couple things that need to get sorted out, and then we're gonna go from there. I'll have a look at the community once we're done here, then, man. See, I've not yet found my laptop charger. It's on my to-do list. But yeah, a big thing. I think the first thing we'll do is a gaming setup, just to get that perfected after I, get rid of some stuff. Now, that's kind of the game plan for this evening, is just to get through some things I've not yet had the time or opportunity to get done. Throwing this out, I was digging through some bags, and I was like the plastic Lego bags, so I'm getting rid of a lot of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Oh, I see some comments have been left. Let's see what's been said. Not too bad, you're getting some stuff done there. That's great to see. Not bad. How you doing? Right, so that's kind of the game plan. See, I've tried this for like a week now, the way I've got this set up. I like it, but I feel there's a better way I could do it, and I was thinking about it earlier. I could have just done it there and then, I suppose. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I do like to save certain things to be done for the live stream specifically. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I could do it here and there, but I like to have some stream content. Right, I'll get rid of this, and then we're pretty much just going to get focused. Oh, what's that? That's the thing that fell off the X-Wing. But yeah, we'll almost focus on the gaming stuff and do a couple other things, and then hopefully the Revenge of the Sith. It's just Palpatine's office. It's the window and the doors that fell off. So I just need to put those back on realistically. So I'll get rid of this bag that I've got here, and then we'll do that. Right, and there we go. So we'll quickly move a few things off the gaming setup, so I can kind of show you where I'm planning to go with this. So I'm in this weird thought earlier. I'm like, you know what? It probably would look a bit cool. Apparently, I've just turned on the PS2 there, and which is funny because the PS2 is not a touch-sensitive console. Nice. So here's what we've got going, right? We have a couple of things. So this is a YouTuber I watch quite frequently, right? So there's the gaming setup, right? I've got that's a 2010 Xbox 360 Slim. That's an original fat PlayStation 2, and it's one of the revision models because it doesn't have the little port next to the USBs. This is an original Xbox from 2001. So this is like, you know, this was like one of the main competitors with the PlayStation 2. And that's a 2013 first edition Xbox One, which needs cleaned. So I'm going to adjusting where I've got some of the consoles. The Xbox One is staying where it is, but these three I'm going to be moving, which I'm going to get kind of started on in a minute. I don't know necessarily, right, if this will be one of the longer streams. Speaking of game consoles, I've been looking to buy something recently, so I have a big collection of Xbox 360, PlayStation 1, original Xbox, PlayStation 2 games, all that kind of thing, right? Something I was looking at possibly getting a hold of, and I've thought about doing this probably at least 100 times in the last year or two, right? Is I've wanted to buy a Japanese region console. So what I mean by that is, so I don't know if the Xbox One is, I've never looked. If I'll pick up one of the cases, so check this. So if you've ever looked on the, granted the PS3 and PS4 are not the same, so if you've had one of those systems, this won't apply to you. In fact, I don't see it on, double check the other one I've got. I've only got 2 Xbox One games. But these are bad examples. Maybe the Xbox One is now a region-free console. But if you were to pick up, say, I don't know, this copy here I've got a Skyrim for the 360, right? You look at it and see above my finger, right? It says PAL, right? So PAL is like the European region or the UK region consoles. So a PAL disc can only go on a PAL 360 or PAL, right? In Japan, it's NTSCJ, right? Is the Japanese region. And Japan had a lot of region exclusive games I've always wanted to play. Can't play them on a UK region PlayStation 2 unless I paid someone to mod the guts on it, and I don't particularly want to have someone do that. So I'm looking at either, but there's 2 consoles I'm looking at buying, right? Well, technically 3. I could buy myself a region free, or not region free, sorry, a Japanese region 360 or a Japanese region PlayStation 2. But then again, I also recently learned a PlayStation 3 was region free, so I could buy the games, but the console could play games from this country as well. I have all the Phase 1 commanders, but Wolf is over here in my case. Wolf is right there behind Fox. Joe, Commander Wolf is a minifigure a lot of you guys ask if I have. That is a common question. But yeah, like I said, we're going to start by changing the setup here. But yeah, I'm looking to buy a Japanese Region 360 or a PS2. The PlayStation 2 is the more common one, but the Xbox 360 did not do well in Japan because Japan domestically, you know, Japan, Sony, so PlayStation would have always been superior there. I do. He was actually in that same case. I'll show you. I'll show you this, but after that we're going to get into things. He's right up the back behind Wolf. Well, let's get started. So, unplug the PlayStation 2. I'm gonna have the consoles in order by when they came out. Maybe that's just my autism kicking in, but you know, yeah, one of my favorite console designs of all time, PlayStation 2. That's probably the console I play on the most out of all of these. To remove the disc from it, this is my. I've had a few Xbox 360s over the years, mostly because there's a console that's famous for its unfortunate issues. Until earlier this year, I had an Elite Xbox 360 from 2008, which was meant to be one of the revised ones. My favourite minifigure. That changes frequently, but right now it's one of the custom ones in my collection. So this is like my Slim Xbox. I always liked the older one a bit better because it came with some of the weird special editions. But I've kind of finally settled on buying one of these ones that doesn't cook itself to death. Some stack of memory cards and stuff I've got here. So you know here I also am into retro games. My most recent console that I've bought is this. This is an original Xbox from 2001. And this thing weighs a ton. My Xbox One can stay where it is, right. Just make sure there's nothing else up here. I would like to have the TV at the front, but I don't know how I'd feel about having all the consoles behind it. I feel that would annoy me. Hey, Potato God, how's it going? So, what we're going to have the Xbox 360 there. So I'm going to have an order and release. But if I do go through with my idea of purchasing a Japanese region console, I will have to change all this up. HDMI has to go down here just for a minute. Nicely done, congratulations. this does look a bit neater. Here we've got original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One all together, which I do like that bit of organisation. So then here we'd have a PlayStation 2. That also means I've got the room in front of the PlayStation 2 for all the additional memory cards that I have. Because, you know, for an old system like that, you do need the memory cards. The modern side of it, can you really call an Xbox 360 modern? I'm still going to. The more modern end of it here, the more retro end of it there. Plus, considering, right, if I want to sit on my bed and do gaming, these are the two consoles that require wired controllers. I am fully aware that I can buy wireless ones for both of these if I wanted to. I've looked into it. I don't know if it's something that I'm fully interested in. Works perfectly fine. So, for looking at the Japanese 360s, the problem I'm having trying to find one is a lot of them are the fat model, which it's a hit or miss kind of thing there. I'll take you over to it. So, like I said, PlayStation 2 over this way. These are hard to keep clean. Original Xbox 360 and Xbox One. I only really game on these three. The only game I actually play on Xbox One at this point is pretty much just Grand Theft Auto Online with some friends. That's literally all I use that console for at this point. There's not too much. That generation of gaming didn't interest me so much. Like, I play a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 when it came out on PlayStation 4. I did debate buying another PlayStation 4, but I'm quite happy with this Xbox One. Right, so sorted out. That does look a bit better that way, to be fair. The original Xbox is huge. See, if I wasn't also buying this to store clothes, I would have bought like a proper stand that could hold consoles. But for now, this works quite well. Right, I'll be back in one moment. I'm just going to go to the toilet and when we come back, we'll start doing some other stuff. That does look quite good. Stop shouting at me. Alright, I'm back. I'm loving this. Why is this sitting the way that it is? Oh, there's a wire underneath it. Alright. I don't know why it was up at one side. I was wondering like if one of the rubber feet had come off. See, because I've never seen someone the original Xbox, I did test can stand on the side, but I don't know if it would work, while the console's on. Like, that was my main concern there. But that should be a more improved experience for that. Right then. I'm just going to quickly fix out the bed. I'm going to quickly test this for the chair kind of thing. Just making sure I'm comfortable with this new layout. Like, if I have the PS2 controller, which I've got here plugged in, I want to reach over and hit eject. Right, cool, works out perfectly fine. Perfect, good to go. So I'm planning to just sit and play the PS2 later on anyway. There is the Captain Rex Production 72 evening night plans on a random Sunday. going to sit and play PlayStation 2. Right. So, I'll quickly get all this cleared up and sorted out. So I had some other things sitting on there, like adapters and stuff that I like to keep handy. But, yeah, that might be some stuff you guys were unaware of. That is something that I do as well as a hobby. Retro games. I had someone come to my stream there a few nights ago point out that I'm not really a retro gamer because of how old the consoles are. I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe you can't call an original Xbox. Oh no, an Xbox 360 retro, but the OG Xbox and PS2, they're definitely retro. The fact that you had the time, I mean, I'm not judging. When I was a kid, right, I had Star Wars on VHS, which I've got here actually. Alright, and I would watch these, because this before I saw episodes 1, 2, and 3, I would re-watch these all the goddamn time. So I'd probably watch the full set of movies twice in a day. That's like 15 years ago, to be fair. Yep, Star Wars on VHS cassette. One of the... Granted, it's an outdated format, but... that's how I experienced it. Just making some adjustments down here with this new unit. And I've just discovered the laptop can fit under there quite well. I also try to put this Minecraft set away in some form of storage. If humanly possible, that is. At this point with that, I'm not particularly worried about the box being scuffed up. That's... I had a crushed box when I bought it. So I'm kind of beyond the point where that is a major concern. While I'm at it, I'm going to gut the underneath of these shelves so that I can, in the next couple streams, get to organising that. But I'm curious to see what I can find that may be those missing parts. I've not yet confirmed any purchases with Bricklink in terms of parts we're missing, so I'm still trying to give it time in case I do come across them. I'm also doing this with the interest in trying to find the laptop charger cable, so 1 second. Another sealed set I've got. This is Shuri's Sunbird from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's another one of those investment things. This rug that I've got in here, I might ditch it. It is a bit oversized. I've tried tucking it under things. It's just not working for me. I think we're going to switch to something else. So I can have a torch to help me see under here just that bit better. Sadly, I ain't really seen anything that I'm looking for under here. You know, like missing parts to Lego sets. I am beginning to wonder if we are screwed on that one. Hold on, I'm seeing a big chunk of a Lego set. What the hell is that? I mean, that's part of a gunship, which I didn't even know was missing, so that's actually a big help. Because, you know, I would not have known that, because I've not quite got on to fixing any of the Colmore stuff yet. Yeah, nothing promising from this. I'm also done this thinking like, hey, it'd be worth checking, but nah. Nothing. Suppose that is another place I can rule out, so that helps quite a bit. We'll see what's being said. I've not. Yo, how's it going? Right, I've looked there, so that's fine. I'm also going to put up those posters on the street because this wall's looking a bit bare. This rug's too big for the space. I'm going to order something smaller off Amazon. I am, however, going to hoover in here before we do any more stuff. Have a quick drink before we go on, but we're making some progress in terms of, yes, we've not touched the Revenge of the Sith shelf yet, but that'll be the last thing we touch. From all the shelf moving and stuff, there's some parts on the form just grabbing up. So, yeah, I'm just going to grab that before we do that, but also another chance to check that none of the parts we were looking for whatever random reason, ended up down here. You know, it's great to have an answer on things like that. No, I'm not hopeful that we're finding those pieces. I'm becoming less and less hopeful on that one. We've still got to find the other half of this. So there's still a list of things I'm trying to sort. A part of me is slightly tempted to abandon doing the Revenge of the Sith shelf tonight and focus on doing some other things in here that we need to do. Not confirming that that's happening, but I am tempted. I'll be up to read the comments in a second. Plus, it feels bigger without that rug anyway, so maybe that was a smart choice. Just continue organising as we move the place around recently. There's still stuff to do. Yes, it was a spray can. Right, how much battery? We can still go for like another hour or so. I'm planning to. Unless, for whatever reason, I have to stop. I don't know. I'm going to this other event at the end of the month. Well, I will be depending on money. So again, like I said, I am looking at buying a Japanese region Xbox 360 or a Japanese region PlayStation 2. The alternative to that is buying a PS3 that can do imports. Because the Xbox 360, and like I said, explained earlier, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox all have region locks. So you can only play games that were released for them in the UK. So if you buy one that's built or one that's been shipped here, it'll be called the PAL region, which is why it says PAL on all the game cases. It can only be played in a PAL console. And in Japan, they got so much exclusive games that only they got. You can't play them on the consoles in the UK because in Japan it's NTSCG, or sorry, NTSCJ is what their region's called. And so these are unable to play those games. I'm looking for an imported console, so I want to get into that. So, and they're a little bit pricey, so depending on how much I spend there, I'm possibly going to an event. I'll be back in a minute. Shut up. Don't shut up. Don't worry about it. You may have, for a brief second there, heard my dog barking. He hates Hoovers. But yeah, basically, some people have already imported the Japanese region consoles in the UK. The easier one to get it depends what I'm after in certain ways, but I'm probably going to end up on. I think the option I might go for is because the PS3s never had regions on them. You can play a game from anywhere on those, so I think I'm probably going to end up with one of those. I've been looking on eBay as well for like import games and stuff to try. But no, the event that I was talking about, it's this thing in Glasgow that I'm going to go to for a bit, and it's what's the best way to describe it? It's like a trading hall basically type thing that's happening on the 25th of April. It's a friend, he's invited me along. He's been in quite a few of these YouTube videos. Well, he's been in the live streams as well. He's been around on this channel. He's not been in anything since January, but Terra Killer T1 is someone who frequently appears in my stuff. Close friend, I've known this person for probably nearly 10 years, but yeah, he appears in parts of my content very frequently, and he's invited me out to this event, so I'm going to be doing that. What I was going to say there. So there's that. He's mostly going to trade, because he didn't like Transformers, Power Rangers, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to tag along. I'm seeing anything good Lego-wise, I'll try and pick it up. But the two main thing, this month I'm not planning to go nuts buying things. To be fair, this year I've been quite tame in terms of Lego purchases. I'm actually looking at the shelves right now trying to figure out what the hell I've actually have bought this year. Because I've not really picked up a lot. this year I picked up the Anakin's Jedi Starfighter from 2012. I picked up the 2 battle packs from 2010 in the Land Speeder, and they've not even been built yet, so I've not went nuts. Most of my money's went into gaming this year. No, it doesn't fit on my head. I've only been able to wear it once, and I could wear it for like 5 minutes, and it was in a YouTube video from a few years back. I can take out the case, but my head's not really designed to go in there. It comes apart on my head. I've tried putting my head in it once for that video. That was my 1,000 subscribers special, but I will bring it out because so this is a 2008. This is one of the Clone Wars launch helmets. I don't really buy the action figures or any of like the prop toy type things, but I was at a Comic-Con maybe about what 3-4 years. Wow, it's been a while. 3 or 4 years ago, and I picked this up. I just thought it'd be kind of cool just to put somewhere, and it's it's sat on various shelving over the years. I'll try and put it on. Take off my glasses for this. It's messy hair time. So it's either too small or too big. This is the result. And it's not a voice changer one either. See, I bought this because I thought it'd be a cool just prop type thing. But I've learned a while ago, right? Like I've stabbed myself. No, I need to fit. One of the ends of these glasses is broken. I recently found out there's a Captain Rex version of this helmet that a viewer put me on to existed. I was around in the kind of Star Wars toy space back when that came out, but I didn't it's not something I have too much memory of, so I didn't realize there was a Captain Rex one. The main toys I remember from that era for Star Wars, other than Lego, I remember the slide-out lightsabers were a big thing. That's the main one I remember, but these helmets are kind of cool. I will eventually buy the Captain Rex one to put in this glass case, because it's kind of something a lot of people have commented, why do you not have, you should have. I'm like, do you know what? That is it's a very well put point. Currently in there have a bunch of sealed sets I've not yet opened. But there, I've inserted the helmet. Or put on the helmet. I don't know what word to use there. Perfect. Right, so controllers, I was to put that on top of the Xbox One. That's where that normally sits anyway. Just gonna be sorting through some of the stuff we've got here. In the top right, what do you mean? Do you mean this? I had to balance a TIE Fighter up there for storage reasons. I've not quite gotten around to doing the shelving heights. So essentially, I'll take the camera over in a minute and show you. I'll show you. So over here, it's basically, that's the TIE Fighter from 2012. It's just sitting on the 2007 UCS Falcon. It is going to go on this display, but we're currently still working through it. These shelves, I've kind of more or less got where I want it, what I'm doing with it. I've got these sets up here. That's going to change, but both Star Destroyers being up there is intentional. Got all the kind of retro game stuff and all that sorted, but that's kind of just one of the many parts. Like, all this needs sorted. It's just getting round to doing it has been the thing with that. I don't know. I'm still debating if we're going to touch any of this in tonight's stream. I'll see where we're at once we organise other things. Because there's other stuff I do plan to do this evening. I probably won't have this as the longest stream. Not to mention, I'm currently involved in a couple eBay auctions that I'm going to want to participate in, so the live stream will end at a certain time. Or before a certain time. Right. Put my guitar stand and stuff back where I keep it. Right, well, that gives me enough room to walk in if the guitar, because the bottom half of that case doesn't really have too much in it. So if I have the Hoover here, right, just for walking in reasons. Alright, that doesn't obstruct me, that's perfect. Cool. I'm going to get rid of this vacuum so we don't need it. Right, let's get this sorted. But if anyone's got any more questions, I'm happy to answer them. It really depends where we're at once I've sorted out these other things. I don't mind putting the Revenge of the Sith shelf doesn't need a whole bunch of work done to it. So that's why I'm kind of cool with the idea of possibly putting it off to do other things. I'm going to put this in the other room. I have to pass my kitchen. My dogs hate this. Even just the sight of it, so I'm going to have to try and quit. Because one of them will start barking. He hates it, and I don't really blame him. Alright, so there's this giraffe. I'll take you over and show you. So there's this giraffe that a friend gave me as a keychain. Because an inside joke, because I made a joke once, right? That, you know, yeah, showing up to work in a sports car would be something, but could you imagine showing up to work on a giraffe? And that seems to now be an in-joke. These planes are from different Lego things. I just thought, because originally I put this wire up to hang the Lego Star Wars planets. So this red plane here is from Lego Pharaoh's Quest, which is, yeah, it's a pretty interesting Lego line. I've not got it all out. It's still some of it's in storage. So I'm putting it mostly up there. This plane is the little biplane, and it's from Lego Indiana Jones. So, and whenever I get like aircraft like that, I do want to hang it up. That's kind of what that's for. When I was initially decorating this room the first time around, it was a suggestion from a friend, which, you know, was a pretty smart suggestion. They keep this out actually, because that's important. It's going out in the bag. I'm throwing some things out while we're at it that are just not needed. Got these here. These are some really old spare stickers for the Count Dooku Solar Sailor. I do keep those because some sets. I actually got those when I bought the set used. I do like to keep some of the stickers around on the off chance that a set degrades. I don't really have any in here where the stickers are so bad that they need replaced. In fact, I'm kind of trying to find a set that has bad stickers. I cannot think of any. Granted, I still need to sort all this, but this is, you know, this is stream content coming up, where I'm going to be doing all that. I am also planning to put up some posters and stuff in the stream. So like we are nearly, I like to make these an hour minimum if it's possible. So you know, we are getting up to that hour point, but I'm planning to keep it going. I'm alright, how are you? It's one of my many sets that I bought as an investment. You know, I bought this for £1. Critical Builder. I might, but go on. Some Lego instructions right there. I can go under there as well. Yeah, it's alright. Thanks for stopping by. Now, this rug's not going back on the floor. It feels bigger without it, to be honest. Now, this is a plug that I will keep, so that's sorted. Again, there's some stuff I've not quite sorted into a permanent place yet. That's still beside it. This is the chair that I sit in when gaming. I jokingly call it's the budget gaming chair because I'm not paying for a gaming chair. Camping chair that I just sit here, grab a controller, and we're pretty much just sorted. I'm pretty content like that. Plus, I don't think I could fit like a proper... What do you mean? Can I play the... Yeah, like... That gives me a proper angle. So, like... I can sit in there quite comfortably right here. So, say I'm playing the PlayStation 2, because I'm pretty much a retro gamer anyway. Quite easily see the TV. Sorted. See, I've kept these two systems, the Xbox One and the 360, have got wireless controllers, so that's fine. But if I'm wanting to sit on the bed and play a console, yes, I can. I thought you meant this, to be fair. This and that, I've got wired controllers, so I don't bother. Keep them over that way. I can play the guitar. I can't currently, because I do need to get some of the strings fixed as well as the tuner. This one, I'm going to sit and do myself. This guitar has sentimental value. It belonged to a friend of mine that's unfortunately passed, so I'd rather I did the work than someone else did. I'd rather not send it to a place like Guitar on the off chance they screw it up or they break it. I'd rather sit and do it. I have got the parts. They're in that drawer over there. I've just not gotten around to it. But, yeah. The amplifier for it is down in there. But yeah, there's a story behind the guitar. I'm not going to tell it here, but yeah, I can play it when it wants to work. Probably the best answer. Torch. That's it. Show them how authentic I am on camera. yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna chill the rest of the night anyway. I'm planning to sit him. I've recently got into buying animes on Blu-ray thanks to a co-worker as well as other people and my girlfriend and whatnot mentioning that I should try it. So I've got a couple. We're gonna start with one that I've been wanting to try for a while. So tonight I'm planning to maybe start with Cowboy Bebop. I don't really have the time to sit and watch a full TV series. My only everyone always asks if I've got any, so here's the answer. Star Wars action figures. Got Commander Gree from 2008. It's the only one that I do have, and I don't know if I'll ever buy more. I do feel like buying more of those original Clone Wars ones from back in the day, but so far we've got Gree at the moment. It's a TV remote. See, I'm planning to do a room tour of this in the next month or two. So you'll get to see the final sorted version, you know, where I can answer any and really all questions. My favourite Lego set. The 2011 Super Star Destroyer. It's up there behind the 06 one. Oh, nice. Right, we're getting there. We should be doing the posters aspect to this. That wall for the last 2 weeks has been bare, which I don't like. I no longer have the Japanese Star Wars poster, so those won't be going back up. Wire. Do you know what? I've made my choice, right? We'll focus on the Revenge of the Sith shelf tomorrow. There's a whole bunch of other things I just wanted to get done that I felt were slightly more important. Like, you know, getting this place in a bit better shape. Which, you know, I feel we've gotten a lot of progress on. Hope that's through there. Plug in the Xbox One controller. I will be right back. 1 second. I don't know. Right, we're going for tea. Right. Okay. I'll cook that soon then. Some beans.
Yes, I'll cook that. I'll cook that soon then. Aye. Yeah. That's what I was gonna do. That's what I was going to do. Think so. What's up? Okay. Aye, aye. Chips are ready.
Aye. Oh, nice. So am I. Perfect timing. We'll do the last little bits that I want to do in here. We'll put up the posters and then we'll call it a stream. Like, I don't mind. Seeing as the prequel era shelving, see, it was mostly original trilogy stuff that got smashed. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 are barely anything's broken. But, so that's why I don't have to get that done as quickly. Well, I'm interested to see it. I'll have a look when the stream's done. I'll be right back. I'll be doing some coming and going. So one of the posters I've got, I do have the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas poster up there. It's one of my favourite PlayStation 2 games. But I can have the map side of this, I believe, is the other end of this poster. I don't know why I have more than one of these posters. Doesn't it only last for like 45 minutes before dying? I've not bought one yet, but I know when I make a review, I'm probably going to take the piss out of one. Like, to younger LEGO fans, it makes sense, but I think to older LEGO fans like me, we don't quite get the hype. Oh yes, the classic San Andreas map. Alright, let's get this up. Seriously? $3 to charge and you get 45 minutes. I kind of feel like Lego are lacking with that one. They're decent, but my problem, the problem a lot of fans have with them is that they were put in sets that we had been wanting for a long time and had been waiting for a long time, only to come out and they're smart bricks. And you know, it's things we don't get that often. Like, we don't see Darth Vader's tie that often, or the Mos Eisley Cantina as often as we'd like. The X-Wing, no one's really too pissed about, because the X-Wing's something that we get that commonly in LEGO Star Wars, to the point where we're not upset that it's smart bricks. We can live with that one being a smart brick set. That doesn't annoy us so much. Like I said, mainly due to the fact that they will make the X-Wing every couple of years anyway. Pretty much Nerd Fest. It's the best kind of fest. Unless that word has other meanings. The Falcon annoyed a lot of people as well. For all the money you pay for the Falcon, you don't get the brick with it. A lot of people, myself included, think that's ridiculous. No, it's two. So that's the San Andreas map one. And the Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories map posters up. I think all of them should have a brick. But, you know, in LEGO's minds, that's apparently being really ridiculous. We got Vice City's poster. Ow. That was not fun. I stood on a bit. I kneeled down on some plastic. Not Lego or anything. Yeah, sure. Alright. And some more pins from this. Right, just getting this last pin into this poster. Got a couple of ones to put in the bottom of the San Andreas poster. I've just noticed I didn't do that. There we go, and that is sorted. So I've got some posters on the wall. The wall doesn't look so bare anymore, so I can't be happy with that. But yeah, I should warn this live stream probably doesn't have a lot of juice left in it. We won't be really bringing back the gaming parts until I get the tech side of that one sorted out. Yeah, I've seen reviews of them. That's one of my better doing live streams I've noticed. Or maybe it's, I don't know, that feels like it anyway. Put my jacket on because I'll be going out very soon. I won't be able to do it because I'm not sure I I'm like this stream. We'll make the hour and 20-minute mark, but it will not be making the hour and 30. Just FYI, I would like to go longer with this, but as of now, I currently can't. But it has been a successful stream. I have got stuff done that I wanted to get done, so I'm happy with that. I'll be right back. But yeah, I'll show you guys the posters before we head off. So I've got Vice City, the map for San Andreas, because the main one is over there. And then that is Liberty City. So that's Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. I played that game a lot years ago on the PSP. I'm currently replaying it on the PS2. Of course, we've got the gaming. That's all the bits of BlueTAC, because I actually had those posters up somewhere else previously. So, nice, got some BlueTAC. Of course, the gaming setup looks a bit better, so, you know, I can sit and just put that there for now. These pins. Where can I put you without you killing me in the middle of the night. I'm top PS1 games for now. But yeah, you know, I can sit down and, yeah, you guys have now got my POV for my gaming. But I will see you guys in tomorrow's stream, where we will get onto the shelving. I just wanted a break from that tonight, but I also wanted to stream and, you know, get other things done. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.